it was that wisdom. I quite honestly, even today, and this is a number of decades later, I think, what would Tina do? Or how would she handle that? She was like that. Again, something earned and hard won by the experience of her life.
What's it like for an artist going from, playing those conventions with 300 people to playing stadiums?
With Tina, it never made any difference.
Yeah.
She always gave the absolute best that she was capable of giving, whether it was playing at a private function for 5 people, or which she never did.
Yeah.
But it was ingrained in her personality, I guess, to put on a show.
She says in Happiness Becomes You, I think, this beautiful story about how she used to chant for an hour before every concert for the true happiness of her audience. That's just that's so profound and so rare, I would assume. I found that so beautiful, that kind of merging of the two, of the spiritual aspect with her work.
I feel that if those people are out there to see me, then I must perform for them. I must feel some enjoyment from it. But the most of what I'm there for is for the people. And sometimes there's a lot of improvisation because I get it from the crowd.
I want to give a kind of a performance on record and on stage where you can let go for a moment of problems. Take the second of really having a good time, a good performance where everybody can laugh and sing along with the act, clap hands, jump, and leave there feeling that was a good time. Do you understand?
Is it the fans that inspire her to carry on, or is it just your love for singing, Tina?
It's the people.
The people.
Yes, it's at the moment when I walk on stage, there's such a feeling of faces looking back at me with love and admiration, and it turns into a togetherness. It really is about a desire from the people. And the last tour, I actually announced to my audience that I would be back. It was only because of that feeling, because that's the kind of audience I have.
There's nobody more professional, more prepared, more demanding. All that mattered was how that, from the moment you stepped on that stage to the moment you stepped off the stage, what you gave to the people. That was it.
In the beginning, because it wasn't a choice that I made, it wasn't a part of my dream to be a role model. I didn't think of it in that sense. I wasn't looking for that kind of attention, and I had to find out how to deal with it. I'm happy that it came by without me making it a pretentious, something that I want for myself to be recognized as. It just happened because I was living my life, and it was just something very natural.
And I noticed no matter what the age of the person she was engaged with, she was very, very focused with them, whether they're children or mature adults. She'd taken off her costume and her makeup and her wig. And someone came and said, the kids about to leave, they would like to say hi and get some autographs. And one of her people said, it's too late. And she said, no, I'll do it. So she put her wig back on. She put her costume back on, and she went out there, and as I was walking out with her, she said, these kids will remember this day. And she spent 45 minutes talking to them, getting to know who they are, and so on. She somehow was that person trying to impart what she knew about life to others. I saw that all the time, and certainly did for us, those of us who work with her.
I never cared that much for the taste of smoke. I liked how it looked, but I thought it didn't smell good and it didn't taste good and it was hot, so I never smoked. I didn't like heavy alcohol because, it was like bad breath and you felt awful afterwards. And I never cared for drugs. I never tested. I only tested maybe a pill or something when I was hoarse and I had to sing. And I knew that was that they went steps further into really getting into hard drugs. And from even taking pills to help me to sing, I didn't like the feeling. It was almost like I became numb, and I wasn't absorbing the music. I could not feel the people. And I knew that I didn't want to do that. Natural was it for me.
I have an audience and I have young kids. And I remember when I was very young and looking up to movie stars. I mean, can you imagine a child being disappointed from seeing a star that they look up to and somehow they don't get that thing that they want to receive? I care about myself because of my audience and because of my public, but most of all because of myself. I want to look back and see my reflection and like how I look and feel good about it. Our time on this planet is so short, and how would it be if we were able to leave a mark for future generations to consider and be proud? A legacy, you might say, planting and tending the seeds for our young.
Endurance. You know, I endured hardship all the way. My legacy is that I stayed on course from the beginning to the end because I believed in something inside of me that told me that it can get better or you can make something better, and that I wanted better.
You've thought about a lot of things. When do you do your thinking?
Alone a lot. I live alone a lot. I don't socialize an awful lot. I don't listen to a lot of music. And in the quietness of moments, I really go in depth and think of a lot of things. I watch. I see a lot.
First, I have to say that I don't think a lot of people realize how important food for the mind is. They don't understand how important meditation or prayer is. You see, I never stopped. I went from my Baptist prayers to Buddhism. Let's just say maybe it was different words putting in at a time when I needed different words. The Lord's Prayer to Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, and then the book of saying words. Chanting and meditating helps you in every phase of your life. Because that what I can give you is every day you get up, you dress yourself. And every day you get up, you eat. But every day that you get up, if you don't do some form of meditating, you're not helping yourself spiritually, mentally, the subconscious mind. So it's a tool to help your soul, to help your mind, to help the spirit side of you. And that's what it is. It helps every single thing because it changes your mind, changes your view. What the practice does for me. It helps me not to be upset easily. It helps me to deal with situations on a different level because I think differently about it. I don't get upset as easily. Some people say, I was told that I could get things, whether it's a car or a house, which some people need help in that way. Well, of course, because you change an old style of thinking, which is not very smart, that blocks you from getting where you want to get. But once you start putting words in, the same words, it's like typing in good thoughts. You type it in and you get a whole rollout of good thoughts. Your brain is thinking good thoughts. Your mind is constantly rolling and saying good things. So you think differently, which helps you to get to where you want to get your car, your house, and to feel good. It's really very important what you say, what you think, how often you say it.
Buddhism is also a way of living, isn't it? Right?
Yes.
It's more than a faith.
Yes. Actually, what happened, how I view it is that it is something that one depends on. Like, I think like I need my refrigerator, I need the clothing on my back, I need shelter, and chanting takes care of that spiritual side, that subconscious mind that I tap into. My reality is God is given us the faith, but we have to find it, we have to work on it to find the God within us. That, let's say that coin.
Is the chant to God?
It is to the coin, let's say, within us, which is the subconscious mind.